What's good, y'all, and welcome to this late night video with a, you could say, leak of the new class. So it really does look like we're getting stuff back to back to back, be it the reworks, the upgrades, the events, the unpolished soulstone, all that good stuff. We're really like getting it back to back to back. Not to forget the event stages on the 25th that we're getting, that then lead to the unpolished soulstone, and that is right here. If you now click on the cell, what you're going to notice is that the new class, or here referred as Tactical Mastery, is in the game, right? We have the icon. It does kind of look like the rook in chess, kind of like a tower, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense having a class that looks like a tower in a tower defense game. So my plan right here is basically us just pretty much going over what we know about this class, considering we have this leak right here, and it's been over 4 months since I had that dev interview. So it's, I guess, a bit nicer to like relive it and just have a look at what we really know about it. So that's basically the plan. So right here we are once again in developer interview town, Watcher of Realms 2025, and already on the very first slide we have the very first two images of the new class, our so-called Tactical Mastery people. And yeah, in this case we have two people, a female, male person probably, that are riding on horses, with her looking very much like either an arbiter or a watcher, and this guy chaotic potentially, but he does look kind of more like curse, maybe esotericists. But overall, this new class consists of tactical masters who can skillfully utilize position on the battlefield to execute various strategic maneuvers. When I remember back to the time we had the dev interview, it was introduced as more of a ability to also change position on the battlefield without you having to redeploy and deploy your units again. So no like deployment increase, which is also interesting considering the fact that most endgame content has some kind of like anti-Loris strategy built in. So like if your unit dies, they get like extra seconds, or if you try to redeploy a unit, so pick them up and redeploy them, it gives like 30 seconds extra. Good examples would be Abyss 1 and, for example, the Boreas Codex. Those are like stages where Laurel or units that you have to pick up and then place down in general, like Xena, do get punished. Where these units would come in with the ability to do changes, maybe like, for example, even swap between physical and magical damage, without you having to do anything that could impact them being like off the field for a certain amount of time. So now, just in case, let's see, was there anything else considering just this class? No, this was new heroes, so we already know Yuri, right? She came right after. We have this guy. Obviously he doesn't really ride a horse, but this guy has been teased for like forever. He does look like an arbiter. I think he's like burning in his real screen. We still also have her. Where did she go? Ryga obviously came into the game. She's missing. She kind of looks like a slimmer, more better looking version than her right here. So Malvira's also already here. But yeah, I mean, I guess we could quickly look at those. And that is, we still have her as a potential unit. I guess kind of with the way she does look like a cursed person. Her, obviously we don't really know anything about her. It was kind of speculated that she's supposed to be like the new Nightmare Lord, which then obviously turned out to be Ryga. And then let's see, who else are we missing? We have this dwarf upcoming epic hero. Looks like his support. I mean, based on this, I don't know, is that a bow? Is that like a blowhorn? I mean, it looks like a music instrument, so I would guess she's kind of a support dwarf. Maybe she's like defense based, so she helps in Abyss 1. We obviously have this guy who looks fucking epic. He looks incredible. The chances of him actually being incredible, rather low. And then isn't that the commander? Like, that's us, the player, right? The commander. Okay, interesting. Maybe we get the player character as a playable character, like for example in the rogue mode, or other content. And then obviously we have a character who competes with Waldron for the sickest design, which is that big guy right there. And then down here we have kind of like this Raiden electrifying type of guy, and then we have like upcoming skin releases and whatever. Obviously we kind of got past the point. So back to this tactical mastery thing, and that is summon advice, right? Now that Abyss 1 is out, me personally, I don't hope this actually comes into like effect. What I'm hoping for is a different piece of equipment, maybe more pieces on the left side, boots, helmet, maybe a second artifact slot so that a hero can equip the exclusive artifact, and then the general artifact so that exclusive artifacts also get more of a boost. Something has to happen. Maybe an increase to 7 stars, level 70, more base stats would definitely help out pretty much every epic in the game. And on that note, something I never really understood was the developers saying that they weren't going to increase upon the gear rates. Like, at a certain point you can understand that they don't want to go past stage 21, but it also kind of feels like it would be so easy, it would be so weird not to do it. Like, why don't we just get gear rate 1, 22, 23, 24? Same goes for gear rate 2 and 3. Because it would give them the chance to like potentially introduce new tier 3 sets that are like actually different, or just a higher chance to get a Sober and Arcana set. It would give people the opportunity to just play more with their heroes. And it wouldn't be that difficult, because if we're honest at this point, gear rates are, at least the 21s are like some of the weakest content in the game. They're not even mentionable in the same sentence as Abyss 1 or like Epilogue. Overall, even a new Void Rift difficulty shouldn't be outside of the spectrum. It wouldn't be that different, it wouldn't challenge people all that much, it would give people something to do. You could just introduce a couple more rewards and life would be fine. So yeah, where's that? Obviously, don't make it as hard as Abyss 1, that's maybe a bit too much. But yeah, basically that's the number one scenario, right? Introduce a couple different artifacts, sets, gear, whatever, to kind of help us get through the shields. Like, the 60 million shield seems ridiculous tomorrow or today, by the time you see this, maybe in like 10 hours or something. I do plan to go live and attempt to break that 60 million shield. I've prepared some more gear, rethought my strategies a bit, so tomorrow we'll like bash our head against the wall a bit more when it comes to Abyss 1. But yeah, what I want to say is basically the shields do go 12 million, 27 million, 60 million. Then I kind of thought maybe the next shield after is 129 million. In my mind, currently there's no way for us to beat reliably or at all beat two 60 million damage shields, especially physical, and then the magical one after. So something has to change, and it can't just be heroes, because let's be real here, Wukong and Kiri are already plenty strong. They are already plenty strong. Hex is also broken in the single target department. So I don't think it's a viable strategy to just include these heroes just like this. But yeah, I guess we kind of went off the point. Important part is, here's like 2 images of these guys. The class release does seem rather recent, so save your summons, look out for these. What would be worse than missing out on a new class would be summoning on a Brockesina banner and getting a unit that you don't necessarily need. Rather hold out for the news and the shinies, because you really want to be one of those that have one of the new faction, or better said, one of the new class type, especially if they become reasonably useful, which is something very exciting. And yeah, that has already been it, kind of like a jump in the past with this mention of a leak, and we see each other in the next one. Peace!